Say UFT class 9 descriptive programming. So far we discussed object repository based test design. Next, another method, descriptive programming or programmatic descriptions. See, descriptive put mute programming or programmatic descriptions. Descriptive programming or programmatic descriptions. Saujanya, put mute. Saujanya, put mute. Hello. Saujanya, you put mute. Say descriptive programming or programmatic descriptions. What is descriptive programming? Enter or provide objects information directly into statements or steps is called descriptive programming. Say, enter or provide objects information directly into statements or steps is called descriptive programming. Descriptive programming. Say in this method, no need to have object repositories. We provide objects information directly into statements. Object information in the sense properties and values. Properties and values. Properties and values. Say object property method. See three terms: object, property, method. What is object? Object is something which has structure and properties. That is general definition. Object is something which has structure and properties. Ours is software objects. Software objects. For example, button. Button is software object. Edit box is software object. Next, link is software object. Next, radio button is software object, etc. Next, property. Example, man is object. Properties. Height is, name is property. Name is one property. Height, width, color, weight, etc. properties. Suppose name Samir. Samir is value. Name is property. Man is object. Same way, software objects. Button is object. Text is property. OK is property name. What is property? It is an attribute of the object. Attribute of the object which describes the object. Next, method. It is an operation. See, object, property, method. When we are discussing these terms, in descriptive programming, we need to provide objects information directly. Mute.
Hello, sir. Yeah, I just lost the connection, so I just came back.
Okay, cool. Okay, now Samir, tell me what is object? Samir. Ritu. What is object? General definition. Object is something which has structure and properties.
Yes, sir.
What is property? It is an attribute of the object.
Yeah, like color.
It is attribute of the object. Attribute of the object which describes the object.
Which, like height, width, color.
Height, width, etc. Which describes the object. Next, what is method? It is an operation on the object. Operation. Okay. See, first, remember object repository based test design. See, if it is recording or keyword driven methodology, local repositories or shared repositories, test run process. Test run process. In case of object repository based test design or test run process in object repository based test run process. Already we discussed in record and run test chapter. What is test run process? During execution, UFT reads steps one by one and gets objects information from object repository. Based on that information, performs operations on AUT. See, during test design, UFT reads steps or statements one by one and gets object information from object repository based on that information performs operations on AUT. Say instructions, nothing but steps available in UFT tool editor, objects information available in object repository. It reads steps one by one and gets objects information from object repository. Based on that object information, performs operations on AUT. Next, test run process in case of descriptive programming based test. Can you guess, Dinesh? What is the test run process in descriptive programming based test? During test execution, UFT reads steps one by one.
It will identify through program statement.
See, objects information also available in the statements. See, one by one. Objects information also available in the steps. Based on that information, performs operations directly on AUT. No need to get information from any other place. Based on that information, performs operations directly on AUT. This is the difference. Samir, find the difference between object repository based test and descriptive programming in case of test run.
In case of object repository, it reads the information from the object repository and performs the operation on AUT. And for descriptive programming, it will read the steps because object information is available in the steps and perform the operation on AUT.
Good. Say. Next, descriptive tests based on descriptive programming are faster in execution than object repository based tests. Why? Say all information available in the editor only. Tests based on descriptive programming are faster in execution than object repository based tests. And one more thing, software objects have multiple properties. You no need to use all properties information for recognizing objects. You can use any one unique property. For example, man is object. So many properties: name, surname, height, weight, next color, etc. But usually we use name property. Suppose if names are duplicate, then surname. Next, height, like other properties. See, we no need to use all properties information for recognizing any software object. We can use any one unique property information. Suppose if unique property information not available, that time you can use multiple properties by separating with commas. Most of the time single property information is enough. And one more thing, how to get unique properties information. Just a minute, before that I'll show. See, tools, object spy. Take hand icon, show the OK button. Observe. See, left side properties, right side values. See, it has so many properties: class name, absolute X, absolute Y, attached text, etc. See, height, Windows handler, name, text, etc. How to get unique properties information? You can select unique properties information as per UFT object identification configuration. See, UFT has default configuration for every object. Anyhow, this object identification we will discuss in UFT tool administration chapter. Just see this one. Suppose when environment is WPF, select button, WPF button. See, it is asking mandatory properties, dev name, text. Next, assistive properties. First priority, mandatory properties. You can try with dev name or text. Just a minute. Tools, tools object spy. Observe Dinesh. Dev name is OK button. Next button, dev name is cancel button. Unique, you can use that one. Otherwise, you can use text, name or text. What is the text property? Text property value cancel. Next, OK button. OK button text property value. Just a minute. OK. Unique. For example, edit box. Okay, first you take that one. Tools, object identification, select environment WPF, WPF edit. See, first priority dev name, next suppose if dev name is not unique, then you can consider assistive properties, dev name. Dev name, agent name. Next, for password, dev name, password. Suppose for window, text property is there. Window, WPF window.
Sir, what if property is changing dynamically?
Pardon?
If property is changing dynamically, then what will do in that case?
If properties change dynamically, that time we have to use a regular expression. Regular expression.
Okay.
That
So
we
can
will
we use
discuss.
X and absolute Y?
Pardon?
Can we use absolute X and absolute Y?
Suppose if screen resolution changes, then what? Then what will happen?
Okay.
Say you take properties based on UFT default object identification configuration. See WPF window,
Oh,
dev name, first priority dev name. Just a minute. For dynamic objects, we have to take regular expressions. Dev name, unique. Just a minute. First, how to get unique properties. Information. First one, UFT, object identification. See, based on UFT object identification configuration, default configuration. Say, suppose if UFT default configuration is not working, then just trial and error. You take one property, use, if script is executing properly, then you can continue, otherwise change the property and continue. Trial and error. Just a minute. Tools, object identification, WPF, WPF button, dev name text, object spy, this OK button, but no label. Observe Ritu, for this button no dev name property na? No dev name na? No text na?
No. Yeah, no.
Then how to handle this one? Just a minute. Tools, object identification, Windows Presentation Foundation. See, as per UFT object identification configuration, we have to consider dev name text properties for button objects in this WPF environment. See, properties information may vary from one environment to another. Suppose if it is WPF dev name text, for example, web, where is web button? Web button, HTML tag name type, properties name vary. Okay, dev name text. Next priority, WPF FT per name, regexp, next dev name path, parent text, etc. Parent text block, blank. See, this time trial and error. Help text. Windows handler 132.308. Same, duplicate 132.308. See, we cannot use Windows handler. Observe Ritu, which one is the suitable unique property for this help button? Help text. Blank. Just a minute. Just a minute. Help text. You don't concentrate on this syntax. I will explain this syntax. Help text working na? Observe Ritu.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you use another one. Dev name, no dev name. Suppose Windows handler, duplicate. HWND. Observe Dinesh, why it is showing error? Why it is showing error?
Duplicate.
Yes, this Windows handler property. No, put mute, echo coming. Windows handler property is not unique. Observe. Object spy. Take hand icon. Show the OK button. See. OK button window handler 132.308. Next. Cancel button. Same 132.308. Next. Help button. See, for all buttons, same 132.308. That's why it is not executing. Suppose if we use another property, unique property. UFT tutorial. Run. Executing. You tell me, Saujanya, how to get unique properties information? Two methods. First priority. What is the first one?
First priority is UFT object identification configuration.
Consider unique properties information. Consider unique properties information based on UFT object identification configuration. Suppose if UFT identification configuration is not suitable for our object, then
we need to do the trial and error.
Trial and error. See, actually, this help text property not available in UFT tool default configuration. Observe, for WPF button, mandatory properties dev name text. Next, assistive properties. Here no help text property, but dev name. For this button, for this OK button, no dev name. For this OK button, no text property. So, as based on that UFT default configuration, we are not able to get unique property for this object. That's why trial and error. For other buttons, you can use UFT default configuration. Why? For OK button, dev name available, unique. For cancel button also, dev name available, unique. Okay, na Dinesh? Any confusion getting unique properties information? Samir, any
Yes,
confusion?
no, thank you.
Welcome. And one more, just a minute. Tools, object identification, select environment web. Suppose link. As per UFT default configuration, mandatory properties HTML tag, next text. First you consider HTML tag. Suppose it is not suitable, then text. Suppose both are not suitable, then trial and error. Just a minute. First HTML tag, then text. Tools, object spy, take hand icon, show the Gmail link. HTML tag, capital A. Next, take hand icon, show another link, images link. What is the HTML tag, Ritu?
A.
Capital A only, na? For
Yes.
Gmail link, capital A. For images link also same. We can't use the HTML tag, na?
Yes.
So even though we consider UFT default configuration, some judgment required. First take first property and check. Suppose first property is not unique, then consider second property. What is second property for link object in web environment? Hello?
Text property.
Text property.
Text.
Good. What is that? What is the text property value?
Images.
Images. Just a minute. Next, Gmail. What is the text property value for this link?
Gmail.
Is it unique or not?
Unique, sir.
Unique. So instead of HTML tag, you can use text property for link object. Observe. Web link. See here, first as per UFT default configuration, first priority HTML tag, second next text. Okay, both are mandatory only. First consider HTML tag and check. HTML tag is not unique in this scenario. Then consider text. Text is unique. Then you can use text property. Suppose if text also not unique, then
go to assistive.
No assistive properties information available.
Yeah. Trial and error.
Trial and error. Okay, na? Observe, Dinesh. 3 steps we discussed. First, consider UFT default configuration for getting unique properties information. Here also some judgment required. First, consider first property and check. If it is unique, then use. Otherwise, consider next property. Suppose all properties are not unique, then trial and error. Any confusion, Surendra? Getting unique properties information. Surendra. Saujanya.
No, sir.
Okay. See. How to get unique properties information. Okay. Next, yesterday we discussed types of statements or steps in UFT test. Recorded test versus keyword driven methodology. Did you find any difference between recorded test and keyword driven methodology based test? Ritu. Both are belongs to object repository based test design only. See,
yes, sir.
recorded test or test script versus keyword driven methodology means generating tests manually using keywords. In case of test script, external view, or you can say steps. Steps are statements. Any difference? Did you find any difference in between recorded script and keyword driven methodology based script? External view.
Yes.
Did you find any difference? Forget about internal process. External view, same or not? Just a minute.
It is same, sir.
Same. Utility objects same, utility statements same, test objects statements same, methods same, functions same, flow control same, all are same. See, you can edit recorded scripts also. See, no difference between recorded test and keyword driven methodology based test in case of external view. Statements same, but internal process vary. Internal process vary. What is internal process? Recorded test uses local repositories. Next, keyword driven methodology based test uses shared object repositories. That is the only difference. Internal process different, but external look same. Okay na, Samir? Dinesh, did you understand this concept?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Welcome. Next, okay. Recorded test, keyword driven methodology based test, both are belongs to object repository based test design only. Now, test OR based test, either recording or keyword driven methodology. OR based test versus descriptive programming. Here internal process vary, here no. Internal process vary, no object repositories in descriptive programming. But in object repository based test, object repositories are there, either local repository or shared repository. And external look, what about external view? External look also different. Statements also different. What is the difference? Utility statements? No. Utility statements common. Flow control statements? No. Declarations? No. Same. Methods same. Functions same. All are same. Then what is the difference? Test object statements. See. Test object statements vary from OR based test and DP, descriptive programming. Remaining statements common, same. Utility statements same. Next, flow control statements same. Declarations same. Functions same. All are same, except test object statements. Test object statements vary from OR based test and descriptive programming. What is the difference? Okay. First, single test object statement. Suppose in our step only one test object is there. That time single test object statement or step OR DP. If it is OR, syntax. Can you tell me the syntax, Ritu? Object repository based test.
Yeah.
Syntax. Observe. Suppose single means in this statement to suppose dot close. This is one statement. Just a minute. Check is it working or not. Run. Working. Observe how many test objects are there in this statement. One. Now tell me the syntax. This is example. Tell me the syntax. Simple. What is this WPF button? Understand the skeleton. What is this WPF button? Test object. What is this? HP my flight sample application. Object name. What is this close? Method or operation?
Method, right.
See.
Test object.
Test object. Test object of within double quotes object name dot method, or you can say operation. Technical term method, business term operation. Next, example. To take this example. Suppose if it is web, observe Saujanya, how many test object statements are there in this statement?
3.
3. Yes, 3. Suppose single test object statement. Browser.close. Run. Working. If it is descriptive programming, same single test object statement. Syntax. Test object of property name colon equal to, it is syntax. Within the colon equal to property value. Property value dot method or operation. Method or operation. Next example. Suppose if one property information is not unique, you can give multiple properties also. How? Property 1 name, property 1 value, comma, property 2 name, property 2 value, like that. Example. Dev name colon equal to, just a minute. Next, browser. For browser object, you can use creation time. Latest browser creation time 0. Suppose two browsers 0 to n minus 1, 2 minus 1, 1, 0, 1. Just a minute. Tools, object identification, environment, web. Observe Ritu, for browser any mandatory or assistive?
No, sir.
No industry standards for browser properties. For that you can use observe. Ordinal identifier is there. Creation time. Can you observe this one? Creation time. Bottom.
Yes, sir.
Creation time colon equal to 0. Just a minute. First execute browser step. Run. Closed. Next, first statement. Run. Close. Executing. Just a minute. Say first browser Google. Next one more. Just a minute. First browser Google, latest browser Yahoo. Run. Creation time 0. Oldest browser closed. Just a minute. Now oldest Yahoo, latest Google. Run. Oldest browser 0. Just a minute. This time latest Facebook. Just a minute. Observe Dinesh. Oldest browser, Google. Latest browser, Facebook. I want to operate Facebook browser. Creation time. What is the creation time? Saujanya.
Creation time is 0, sir.
0. 1.
Okay.
I want to close Facebook. Close it now. Just a minute. Now tell me Ritu. Latest browser creation time is latest browser creation time is
1.
not only one. Suppose if
1.
10 browsers available.
Yeah, it's 10 then.
N minus 1.
Oh, 9. Sorry, 9.
9.
Yeah.
N minus 1. Next. Oldest browser creation time?
0.
0. Just a minute. Next. Guide me Radha. To test object statement. To test first try to understand the syntax. Then you can easily build the tests. To test objects step or statement. First one, OR object repository. OR based test. You provide syntax. I will give you example.
Test object.
Test object.
Object.
Off means open bracket.
Yeah.
Object name.
Object name.
Dot
method. It's a single object.
Not single. Two test objects.
What's that?
Single test object already we discussed.
Oh, okay. And dot test object.
Yes, again test object. Same object name. Object name dot method or operation. Observe here two test objects. So you can say like this: parent test object, child test object. Okay. Example. Just a minute. Methods we will discuss tomorrow. Observe first statement, web environment. Second statement, WPF environment. Observe in first statement we have two test objects, browser, parent, page, child. Next, in second step, WPF window is parent, WPF button is child. Next, descriptive programming. Just a minute. Now guide me, Dinesh, in case of descriptive programming syntax.
Test object of property name and colon
equal to
property value and method
dot method or operation. Say some methods require input data, some methods plain methods. Just a minute. Dev name colon equal to run. Oh, application is not available. Run working. For example, operate edit box. Some methods require values. Edit. For edit boxes, which one is the suitable property? WPF edit dev name. What is the dev name? Just a minute. Dev name or okay. Dev name, agent name. See, observe here external it is showing user name, but internal name is agent name. I have to consider agent name only. Web edit dev name colon equal to agent name dot set. It requires value. Observe. See, just I'm using wait. Observe. For observation, I am using wait. See, working. John entered. Next, after 10 seconds, it will close. After 10 seconds, closed. Next, same for three test object statements also. Same. Parent test object, child test object, subchild test object. Suppose if more than three objects hierarchy, then how to prepare steps, Ritu? If more than three, you can consider three objects hierarchy, na?
Yes, sir.
First one, second one, and last one.
Right.
Okay. Now prepare scripts. I think all of you familiar with getting unique properties information and descriptive programming syntax also. See, first example, write descriptive code. Write descriptive code for login functionality. Login functionality in flight sample application. UFT sample application. This is one. Next, web. Write descriptive code for admin login functionality in GCR shop. URL is www.gcrit.com/build3/admin. See, flight reservation application, login functionality, navigation. First launch the application. Next enter agent name, enter password. Next click OK button. Next admin login in GCR shop. Launch the browser and navigate to admin interface in GCR shop. Next enter username, enter password, click on login button. First step, utility statement. Utility statement common. See, system util dot run. Next path of the application. Next WPF window. Of you take new test. In this test object repository is there. No objects information. Dev name colon equal to dot WPF edit of dev name colon equal to agent name dot set value John. Next, copy this code. Password. Dot. You can use set method or set secure method. Set or set secure. Within double quotes, encoded value. Next, WPF button. WPF button. Tools, object spy, take hand icon, show the button. Dev name, OK button. Or you can use text property also. Suppose try with text property. Dot click method. Run the script. Executing. Samir, did you observe executing now? No object repository. Descriptive code. Executing now. Dinesh.
Yes, sir.
Saujanya, and observe one more problem in this script. Script is executing. Script executing.
Right.
No issues. But one small problem is there. Just a minute. Run the script. Executing. Here we used direct values. In this test script, we used WPF window 3 times. Suppose same WPF window we used another test script 4 times. Suppose if any modifications are there in this dev name, what will happen? We need to open each and every test and change the value in every place.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, suppose based on this window we prepared 4 test scripts. In every test script we use WPF window 3 or 4 times. Suppose total 12 or 14 places this WPF window available. Suppose developers changed that dev name. That time what will happen? We need to open each and every test script and change the value.
And we need to
change the value in every place now.
Yes.
No centralized maintenance. Okay.
Yes.
See,
So
no problem.
that means
For
we can provide a value.
Value is there. No object repository.
Yeah.
Script executing quickly than object repository based test. But one small problem is there. It's not a problem. Disadvantage is there. The disadvantage is no centralized maintenance. Okay, no problem. We can use constants, VB script constants and library file in order to maintain test objects information in a centralized location. Just a minute. VB script constant. Const. I am taking constants instead of variables. Variable values may vary. Suppose if I use variable, suppose with same variable name, you assign another value. Suppose for WPF window I used XYZ variable. For another object, if we use another value, variables take latest values. If it is constant, constant never change. Tell me, Surendra, why I am using constant instead of variables in this scenario? Variables value may vary na.
Yeah, constant values will remain fixed.
Constant values never change. If we assign another value next time, it won't accept error. If it is variable, it takes values. While execution, variables take latest values. So in this scenario, variables not suitable, constant suitable. Both are for holding the values, but constants never change. See, you can use your own name. Suppose const window equal to, otherwise login window na, suppose const login, you replace this value. Constants are used to replace literal values, comma, agent name. You can use meaningful names. See, by separating with commas, you can declare multiple constants in a statement. If you take new line, again you need to use const statement. Password equal to next. OK button equal to or you can just write OK also, no problem. Now replace constants with literal values and replace literal values with constants. Replace literal values with constants. Don't use double quotes for constants or variables. These are keywords, user defined. VB script is not case sensitive language. Run the script. Test run. What is the problem?
So you forgot login.
The login is missing.
Login
Yeah.
missing.
Okay.
Near the first line.
Now.
Okay.
Good. Run the script. Executing quickly. Just a minute. Suppose if it is same line, You no need to use const again. Put base state, run the script, executing. You cut this constant statement, just script. Create a library file. How to create library file? Launch notepad like editor, notepad. Just a minute. New. Place the code. Save as VBS file. Suppose objects.vbs. By associating this file, you can access objects information in your tests. Just try to run this script. It won't execute. Just it will launch the application. Next error. Associate. How to associate? File menu, settings, resources, click add icon, browse path of the library file, objects, apply. OK. Next, run the script. Now it is executing. Now centralized maintenance. Suppose any changes in window property information, you no need to open any test script. Just open the library file. Just open the library file, perform changes that can be easily reflected to all associated tests. Centralized maintenance of test objects. And one more thing, for each and every test, one library file is not required. Suppose in your project, 10 screens are there, 400 objects are there. You create all 400 constants in a single library file. By associating that library file, you can access objects. If any modifications are there in future, you open the library file and perform changes. Getting this point, Ritu? Centralized maintenance of objects. See, for centralized maintenance of objects. Tell me the steps, Dinesh. For centralized maintenance of objects, what we have to do? First, replace test objects information means properties and values. Properties and value. Replace test objects information with constants continue Dinesh. Create a library file and place constants information and place constants. Next, associate the library file to UFT and associate the library file to UFT. Next, create and execute test scripts. Next, modify the constants if required. In the library file. Okay na, Radha? Why we are using constants and library file?
We cannot use variables, and variables will vary.
Pardon?
So for the centralized maintenance of objects.
Yes, for centralized maintenance of test objects. And one more thing, library file association, two types. First one, test level. Suppose this library file is required for only single test. That time test level association. Next, tool level. Test level, tool level. If we use tool level association, it will be associated for every new test. Just a minute. This is test level, only test level. You take new test, try to run, it won't execute. In this test, no file associated. No file associated. Next, test level. File, settings, resources, click add icon, browse path of the library file, apply. This is test level. Here set as default option is there. Select this option, set as default. Now tool level. Run the script. Executing. Next, cut this code. Take new test. Put base state. Again run the script. Executing. And one more thing, say we can associate multiple library files also. You can browse one more file and associate. Just a minute, I will provide one small case study, concentrate. See, you can browse one more time and associate second file. Suppose I will provide one small case study, concentrate. Suppose ours is a large scale project. 4 modules are there. We prepared 4 library files. First library for first module, second library for second module. Suppose first you associate first library file, set as default, then prepare first module test scripts. Suppose after preparing 40 tests, first module tests over, then remove this first library file, and set as default, set blank as default. Then browse second library file and set as default, and prepare second module tests. Next, third module. Suppose fourth module, for fourth module, first library file required, dependencies are there. First library file required and fourth library file required. Yes, you can associate first library file and fourth library file for preparing fourth module test scripts. See, if you don't want association, remove the association and set blank as default. Okay, na, Saujanya, any confusion?
No, sir.
What is the problem? Tell me. Tell me the problem.
I don't think there is any problem, sir.
No problem. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Next, you prepare test script for, and one more thing, just a minute. File, settings, resources. Remove this one.
Library files as a
Pardon? Library file?
Can we set 2 library files as a default?
Yes. Not only 2, you can set 10 library files as default. Hello?
Okay.
Suppose,
okay, sir, got it.
Okay. After preparing some tests, if you don't want default files, you can set blank as default for remaining tests. Example, if you save the test, this association will be saved automatically now. If you save the test, association will be saved automatically. Suppose first I associated first library file and set as default, prepared 10 test scripts and saved. From 11th test onwards, I removed that first library file and set blank as default, then associated second library file set as default and prepared some 20 test scripts and saved. What will happen? First for first 10 test scripts, first library file saved, saves along with the test scripts. Second, for remaining 20 tests, second library file. Getting this point, Samir? If you save the test script, then all associations, all resource files associations will be saved automatically. But you need to maintain resource files. Getting this point?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You need, welcome. You need to maintain these resource files. Just a minute. Now I removed this one. Settings, resources, remove, set blank as default. Run the script. Error. Just a minute. Execute file. Observe Radha, file, settings, resources, no library file associated. We are loading library file at runtime. Earlier we discussed how to load object repository files at runtime. This time loading library file at runtime. Observe, run, executing now.
Yes, sir.
Load a library file. at runtime. What is the advantage? Suppose you prepared the script as function, user defined function. If you use this load statement, whenever you call this function, that library file will be loaded along with this function. Just a minute. Just objects.vbs. Run executing. Just a minute. Tools, options, GUI testing, folders. Now try to run this script. It won't execute. Error. File not found. Why it is showing error? We just used file name, not absolute path. That's why it is showing error. Just set common path, resources, tools, options, GUI testing, folders. Here browse path. Suppose I'm setting desktop path. Desktop path. You can set D drive path or E drive path or any path. Now try to run this script. Executing. Say UFT supports two types of paths. One is absolute path, means entire path. Another is relative path. This is relative path. We can set common path and we just use file name. This is relative path. What is the advantage of using relative path? Tests portability. For example, I created 100 test scripts in my mission. I stored resource files in E drive. I used E drive paths. Suppose I want to execute these test scripts from another mission. I copied all test scripts and resource files. But in another mission, no E drive. I stored my resource files in D drive. If you use absolute path, you need to change the path in every test. For example, suppose if you use relative path, you no need to open any test script. Just set the relative path in tools menu according to new mission and you can execute. Anyhow, file names fixed. Location may vary, D drive or E drive or C drive. File names fixed. If you want to execute these scripts from another mission, just set the relative path according to new mission. Enough. Tests portability. Got the point, Dinesh? Tell me, UFT supports two types of paths. What are the two types of paths? Dinesh. People responding slowly. Ritu, you tell me. UFT supports.
Yeah, there are two types of paths. One is it supports two type of paths. First is absolute path. Second is relative path. In relative path, you just use the file name, and the rest of the path you can set in tools.
Okay. You can set it. What is the advantage of relative path?
Test portability.
Test portability. We can execute tests from one machine to another easily. Anyhow, file names fixed. irrespective of the file's location, you can execute. And one limitation is there. One limitation is there for relative path. Relative path is only applicable for resource files. For example, object repository files, function library files, environment variable files, etc. This relative path only applicable for resource files, not for application paths. Suppose here application path is there. It is not for application path. Just a minute. You can set multiple paths also. Tools. Just a minute. Tools, options, GUI testing, folders, set one more path. Okay. Check tools, options, GUI testing, folders, 2 paths. Try to run this one. Observe. Flights GUI.exe is not executing. Error in third line. No error in second line. Execute file objects.vbs. Okay na? Saujanya, what is the limitation of relative path?
Basically, relative path is applicable only for resource files and not for the application files. I mean, like system,
Okay,
like
not for
those we
application
cannot do
paths.
that.
Application
paths.
Okay. Just run. Now executing. Okay. Next, guide me Radha. Prepare the script. Web. Just a minute. .gcrit.com build 3 admin. Login functionality for this one. First, I'm taking new test. No object repository. Observe. No. Prepare script. First, utility statement. Utility statements common. You take any type of test design, recording or keyword driven methodology or descriptive programming. See, system util dot run. Next, within double quotes, path of the browser. Just a minute. Path of the browser, comma URL. URL. Oh. Okay. Just try to launch. Executing. Build 3 admin. This is user interface. Admin. Run the script. Executing. Next, enter username, enter password. Click on login button. Username, child of page, child of browser. 3 objects hierarchy.
Yes.
Three
Browser.
objects hierarchy. Just a minute. Browser page. First, take unique properties information. For browser, you can use creation time. For page, just a minute. Select web environment. Page, no mandatory, no assistive. Last priority. Title or URL. You can use either title or URL. You try with title, otherwise try with URL. Title. Next, web edit. Web edit. HTML tag name type. HTML tag name type. Next, web button. Same HTML tag name type. Just a minute. Tools object spy. Take hand icon. Show the web edit. HTML tag input. Next, password. HTML tag input. Is it unique property?
Yes, sir.
No. What is the next? HTML tag. Next priority.
A trial and
Name na. Name is there na. Why trial and error? After all, after trying with all properties, then trial and error. Observe. Web edit. HTML tag. Then you can try with name na. Name property.
Okay. Yeah, name.
Next type. Suppose HTML tag, name, type, all three properties not working, then trial and error.
Trial and error.
Name, tools, object spy, take hand icon, show the username. Name, username. Next, password.
Password.
Just a minute. Name, password, unique na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can use. Next, button. For button, HTML tag span. What is the other priorities? Just a minute. Tools object identification. Web button. HTML tag name type same. Tools object spy. Page web element. Login. Web element. Inner text. Just a minute. Browser of creation time. Put mute equal to 0 dot page of title colon equal to page title G# dot web edit name colon equal to username dot set value admin. Next, password. For password, you can use set or set secure. Admin at 123. Just try. Run. Creation time : equal to. Run. Okay. Username entered, password entered. Next, login button. It is showing web element. We will try. Just run. Tools, troubleshooting. Tools, object spy. Take and icon, show this one. Web element. Inner test login. HTML tag span. Web button. Name login. Run. Clicking. It's not web element, web button only. Just a minute. Uncomment. Control Shift M. Uncomment. Put base state. Run the script. Observe Saujanya executing na. Login na.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. You can use encoded value also for password. Dot set secure. Password. Admin at 123. Generate, copy, close. Run the script. Executing. Say login. Suppose if statements are lengthy statements, you can optimize the code using set statement. How? Set variable equal to, suppose here, find the common hierarchy. For all these statements, browser page common. Suppose my page equal to common hierarchy. Take this common hierarchy. This is optimizing the code. You replace see, suppose if you find common hierarchy in multiple statements, you can compress the code using this set statement. Just a minute. Run the script. Executing. Just a minute. Set variable equal to common hierarchy. Object hierarchy. Set variable equal to common object hierarchy. And one more thing, observe. In this first statement, you can find set. This set is VB script statement. Next, in third statement also you can find set. This set is method. See, names same, but different keywords. First set is statement, VB script statement. Second set is method. See, what is method syntax? Object dot method. But statements can be used individually. Okay, na Radha, did you find this concept? Did you understand this concept? These two, see in this script we use two sets na, but
Yes, sir.
both are not same.
Yeah, VB script and this is the method.
First set is VB script statement. Second set is method. This is code optimization.
So we can use the same way for the Windows applications also?
Yes. Yes. Just a minute. If it is recording, automatic with statement configuration is there. If it is descriptive programming, you can use set statement. Just a minute. You asked for Windows application, na? Windows application. Just a minute. Windows. Here find the common hierarchy. What is the common? Only login window. You can use set window, or suppose set x equal to this one. Replace, find, replace with x. Oh, just a minute. Replace all. Oh, this one also replaced, na? Okay. Run the script. Executing, na, Samir? Yes, for Windows based application also you can use this optimization technique. If it is recording, tool can generate with statements. Just a minute. If it is descriptive programming, you can use set statement. For Windows based application also you can use set statement. Just a minute. Record. Before recording, tools, options, GUI testing. Observe here one option is there. Automatically generate with statements after recording. It is only for recording. If you prepare test script manually, it can't generate with statement. Automatically generate with statements after recording. Take new test. Record. HP software sample applications. Enter agent name. Enter password. Click OK button. Observe. Stop recording. Observe Samir. For recorded script, automatic with statements generated na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow, same time. Thank you. Tomorrow I will give some exercises also. Any queries, Dinesh?
No query, thanks.
Welcome.